Yeah, you guys missed the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, we missed
of the show.
I'll play the. You know what? Yeah, it's been.
We're starting over.
No.
What do you mean no?
Here's the thing.
What are you doing? You gonna fake it? You're just gonna play the audio?
No. Yeah, I'm just gonna play the audio. So I'll play the audio of the intro because it was actually pretty funny and natural. And if I was to do it right now,
sound like shit.
It would be like
we try and recreate.
Fuck so that. I'll play the audio for you guys right now. Welcome back to the Quiet Riot Show.
You're doing it.
I'm taking over.
I didn't have to do it.
Yeah, you always make it so awkward, you know?
I'm not doing it anymore, ever. That's it. We're done with my intro.
We're back after the Men's Health Unscripted. And
that was a fun one.
That was,
I like that one.
I feel like we didn't talk about anything.
No.
But then we talked about everything.
Yeah, it was great.
Right?
Well, we haven't talked to them in so long.
Yeah, it was a good catch-up episode, and I really hope that we can, I want to follow them more. I admit that I don't listen to as many episodes that I wanted to, because the ones that I've listened to, they were really good, but, because they're so informative, but, I just want to, when you listen to somebody that you know, and then you can actually talk to them about what they talked on the show. I love Two Bears, One Cave, and the shit that they talk about, I would love to have a conversation about that with them, you know?
Oh, yeah,
you know what
enough.
I mean? So it kind of has that extra oomph to the relationship, right? That hey, I heard what you said. Because people do that to me. That when they listen to our show,
oh yeah,
you know, it's just
they'll bring up something. They heard.
You went through this, and I have similar thing, and it's super cool, right?
I tell them to shut up.
I don't. I'm a nice guy. I'm a nice guy.
I don't remember saying that.
I'm a nice guy.
I am too. We talk about it.
But no, yeah, it's I just really like that. So it was really nice to catch up. But I think I really want to have them on a little bit more often.
I think that would be good.
You know,
I think they'd be into it.
Well, and especially if when they have something cool to talk about on their show, and I'm I want to bring it to our audience, you know. So yeah, I think it would be a good one. But anyways, it was a fun episode, and I'm very happy that we ended up doing it, and I'm looking forward to this one.
I don't.
But
yeah,
it's gonna be. It's gonna be very.
I look forward to all of them, but
yeah, but it's gonna be very, again, we're trying new things. I think.
Yeah,
it's almost like it's our season 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
But
are we in season 2?
No, we're just releasing.
You're just rolling through.
No, it's still season 1 as when I'm editing and putting it in the
Why don't
database.
you just make it season 2?
Because when do we end the season? We take
right
summer
now.
off sometimes.
We just did.
No.
This is season 2, episode 1.
No, technically, when my wife would.
When I stopped doing the intro.
No.
We changed seasons, and I'm not doing it anymore.
That means that I have to always do it, and that's
I already said that at the beginning.
Putting
of this.
on more mental pressure on me.
Oh fuck, Snowflake, you gonna be okay?
Well, I don't know. I might need a hug after the show. Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
You want to give me one right now?
No.
Oh, no, but for the audience, let's do it for the audience.
Fuck them.
No, okay. Maybe after. Maybe after
I'll
the
give
show.
you one after.
That'll be in the post credits.
I'll hug you anytime.
Okay.
Except right now.
But yeah, it's been a interesting week because you were gone.
Yeah, I was away for 3 days
for work, and I got a little bit.
My new job.
Yeah. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
I guess the cat's out of the bag, right?
Yeah,
and so you have a new job. Can
do.
we talk about that a little bit, or
sure?
Okay.
What do you want to talk about?
Okay, we're back.
Oh, that's natural.
No, but okay. So you guys heard the audio right now.
Tommy fucked everything up.
But
now apparently it's gonna work.
No, it's don't worry. I'll work my magic and it'll be good.
I don't ever go back and listen anyway.
No, exactly. Yeah. So why do you give
told me nothing.
Why do you give a shit?
As far as I know, you've never even released any of these.
That's right. Yeah, I just tell people. Tell Tim that was a great episode.
Season 2, episode 1. You're gonna actually start putting it out there and let people hear it.
No, but okay. So I want to talk to you about your new job.
So
you recently changed your job, and you are doing something completely different. You're now
Sort of.
Yeah, you're now an employee instead of being the boss.
Yeah.
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 And so you didn't change because you were unhappy with your previous business or anything. But
No,
like,
it was great.
what brought this up? Where did this change come from?
Yeah. I was just ready for a change, and Rach and I always talk a lot about like, what's our mission? Where are we going? How are we getting there? What are we doing to get there? Like, we talk a lot about that kind of stuff individually. What am I doing? What's she doing? Where does Autumn need to go? And what's her life path? And like, how do we facilitate all that? So it was just a good time to make a switch.
Okay.
We want to do different things in life, and this is an option to get us closer to that.
Well, and
so it's kind of a nothing answer, which
no, but like,
sorry, but that's all I can. That's what I'll give right now. But
can I do just a little digging?
Sure.
Is there like was it like one of those things where like there was an opportunity for you to make the change, and it's like that's when you weighed your options, kind of, right?
Yeah,
I feel like
I had sort
that's
of
what happens in
decided
life.
I wanted to make a change. I decided I wanted to make a change, and it was time. And there were a few sort of avenues I was going down to see sort of what might be the best path for my next phase in my career, I guess you would call it. And this one popped up. I didn't even think of this one actually at the beginning, and then it came up, and it actually proved to be the best path forward, and so I took it.
Yeah, well, and that's just it, right? Like, things happen for a reason, right?
Yeah.
So you were starting to feel a little bit like, I think I need something
time.
more, and then next thing you know,
my last thing, like, I was kind of what I do best was done.
Yeah,
and so it was like, no, I did the thing I do best, and like,
you're like a hermit crab.
It was a good time to leave it.
Yeah.
And just like let it go and do something different.
Yeah, you're like a hermit crab that like you
the shell thing.
Yeah, you grow into the shell, and then now you need something more. Yeah,
it was time to just do something different.
No, that's
So now I'm doing something different. I have an HR department. I have
benefits, and all that
benefits,
shit,
support staff. I got a boss,
which you get along with, right?
And he fucking hates it when I say that, though.
Oh, really? Do you call him, hey, what's up, boss?
He'll only fucking hate it until he needs to be the boss.
Yeah. So do you go in like, hey, what's up, boss?
Oh, I do it all constantly because he fucking hates it so much.
I can't wait to meet this guy because I'm gonna start calling him boss anyways. No,
he'll. Oh, he's actually great. He's really.
This
good.
is the boss. Okay.
This is your boss. Say that. We'll drive him fucking nuts. He'll roll his eyes.
I can't wait to meet this guy.
Well, and the thing is, like, anyone who's going to employ me has to know that, like,
the line's up there.
I'm not your typical employee, but I'm really good.
Yeah.
I'm really good at what I do. So, like, you get a lot of leeway, and you get to.
Yeah.
We have a good culture at this new company, anyways, and so, like, I get to be kind of a dick face,
for sure,
in a comedic sense.
Yeah,
and so it's probably a good fit for me.
Nice. Well, congratulations.
Thanks.
I know. In the last, this was what, like 2-3 weeks ago or so.
What?
Did you started this job?
Yeah, I started kind of like part-time, sort of figuring it out,
and
a short while ago.
And we've had a little conversation about it, and like you seem like. Yeah, it's good for you. You seem happy.
I'm excited. It's a new challenge. I like.
You
that.
like challenges, yeah. Like I remember you. I think you were talking to our next guest, or somebody. I think it was either our next guest or somebody close to me. That you said that like I will read about or try to learn about things that I don't understand.
Yeah,
and like I think that just kind of explains like you were at your previous job, you were very happy with there, nothing wrong. It's just like you've learned everything there was to, and now it's like it's time to
learn something.
So that's good for you, man. And I'm happy to see you happier. So.
Thanks. So I was away like 3 days this week. Yeah. This new job's going to involve some travel, and so that's going to be an adjustment for my family and myself, and we'll figure that out as we go. Yeah, for sure. I'm sure you'll touch on that in the check-in part. Yeah, for sure. And so I was a little bit sick and just at home doing nothing. And then last 3 days I've been having some drinks, which has been
I've been feeling really good. I've been very productive and feeling good. But again,
I think volleyball tournament.
I think more about that in the check-in. I think so. Why don't we bring in our next guest? And I have a special way to bring our next guest.
We're doing a check-in with him.
Yes, we're gonna do a check-in with him.
Oh yeah, we always do the check-in with the guest.
So
have I ever done this show before?
No.
I'm the new co-host on Quiet Riot Show. Thanks for having me. Yeah. We're going to give this a shot. Season 2, episode 1. Here we
go. But we're going to do our introduction of our guest in a new way.
Okay.
Because we have something new. What
are you doing? You got something new on your tongue or what?
I have beard hair in my mouth. No, we have a website
now. Don't cut that out.
No, I will leave it there. We have a website now where you can access our story. You can access our episodes. You'll be able to eventually. I want to start maybe a blog, but like we'll have a little more detailed description of the episodes.
Okay.
And also what I'd like to do for our website is to provide you, our listeners, some resources. So I went through therapy sessions. You've done therapy. And I really... There's lots of tools that therapists provided me to help me get through certain things like the cognitive behavior exercises and things like that. So I'd like to create like a little not a brochure, but like a program, or not even a program, but just like, hey, this is a tool that helped me. It doesn't mean that will help you or you, but it's just something to try.
Well, we can put it there.
What I also like to do is because music is a big part of my life. Like I fucking love music. Like I have to have music in my life, whether I'm driving or working or, yesterday I was cleaning the garage and like I was blasting like hardcore music to the neighbors. I don't give a shit. They know me already. I've lived here for 13 years. I think that's
part of what connected us together.
Yeah, and it's just like, so that's big. So I want to create like maybe a monthly playlist for our listeners. Like, hey, this is what you should check out, and then this is my sad playlist. This is my
get access to that.
This is going to be just sad playlists, but like
mostly,
but
not all of it.
But like we can work on it. It's just a little interactive thing for you guys to maybe understand us a little bit more or what we like, and maybe you'll like it. Just kind of want to share things, like get a little closer to our listeners and have the listeners get closer to us a little bit. So we have a website, and I'm still in the process of finalizing it. So I'm not gonna.
So we do have a website or we don't?
So the website is available, but we're on a free trial right now. And I need to get like a proper domain name, and I'm not sure if the domain name is available. But we will, hopefully by the time this is aired, it might come up like on the bottom somewhere here. If no, it will be on our IG by the time we're
going to be on the internet.
Yeah, it will be on the internet. But the coolest feature that's on there on the website is our voicemail. We have voicemails.
I know, I'm trying to ruin everything you're doing.
You are,
You're doing such a good thing.
Right? Like I'm excited. I'm excited.
I know, I'm so sorry.
No, I love it because... I
just realized how much of a dickhead this makes me look like.
I love it because what? This is why...
We have a voicemail.
This is why we became friends.
I know.
And also, I got lots of messages that people love our banter. So this is great. Yeah,
you're fucking welcome. I guess I don't know. Yeah, we have a voice. I like the voicemail thing though.
So we have a voicemail. So you guys can now leave us a message. You go to the website. There will be a little microphone on the right hand side, and click on it. Make sure you allow the permissions if you're using your cell phone. But it's super easy. And our today's guest left us a voicemail.
Okay.
So we'll listen to the voicemail now.
Love it.
All right, so here it is.
You guys have an awesome podcast, but just like put me on the podcast because I am Tommy's son and I am the best son. And they haven't had me on the podcast yet as a guest, but I really want to be, so yeah, let me on the podcast.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that was my son Jakub, and he loves what we do, and we actually recorded a couple episodes with him, me and him, we're going to be releasing our podcast called To Stupidity and Beyond. And that was actually recorded when I first built a studio.
Okay.
And so I still have it saved.
I've never heard them.
It will come. They're hilarious.
Yeah, it's Jakub, of course.
But yeah, he loves the idea of the podcast. I don't think he knows really much how it works or what it is, but he's been always bugging me like, Dad, when are you going to bring me on the podcast? You're talking. It's a men's podcast. I want to be.
He's a young man.
Yeah, I was like, you're far from a man, but he always bug him. But no, he's a little man. He's a little dude, and so we'll bring him in just after our break. So
that's awesome.
Cool.
I love him, just for the record, more than you.
I would hope so.
I know. I want everyone to hear that.
Okay. We'll be right back.
People appreciate the fact that you're genuine and authentic. Just be yourself. Like, I complimented Justin Lamuda from Rainy Day Forge. He put his YouTube video out, and I've seen every other video he's done, but this one was different. And I reached out to him, and then when he answered, he said that he was just being himself.
Guys, listen up. You know what makes life better? Great knives. But not just any knives, custom knives. Need a knife that'll handle your outdoor adventures? Or a kitchen knife sharp enough to make you feel like a pro? Check out Rainy Day Forge. Crafted right here in Winnipeg. Get yours today at rainydayforge.ca.
It's captivating. Why? Because he's being himself. There we go.
Introduce our guest.
Well, our next guest is... So, actually, before I introduce the next guest, like we do have multiple new things because our guest is also a new type of guest that we haven't had yet.
Correct.
And so we have a website now, and we also have this really cool sign that you guys will be able to see soon as we introduce our guest. So, I'm just like...
And it's episode 1 of season 2.
Okay, this is episode 1 of season 2, officially.
Yeah, right?
We're making it official.
I know.
Okay, so here's our next guest, Jakub Thomas Suver, my wonderful, crazy, funny, unbelievably kind son.
That's a great...
He is...
I think all those things about him, too.
Oh,
he's not my son, but other than that...
He is... the reason, not that I don't love my daughter, but the relationship with my daughter that I have is completely different. It's more of a, I feel like I need to be the protector of her.
Yeah.
Make sure that she does the right things and in her life and makes good choices. Mm-hmm. Whereas this kid,
it's a free for all.
Oh, it's the kid that I shoot the shit with him, and I talk freely in front of him about anything. He's part of the Belgian Crusaders spongy team. What's our saying in there?
What happens with the boys stays with the boys.
That's right. Yeah, it's like I'm
There's
almost
some significance to that.
It's not that, and again, it's not that my dad was a bad dad, but I want to be a dad to him that I wish my dad did for me, and it was...
Well, it's our job to do better than the previous generation.
And so, welcome to the show. You left us a voicemail that you wanted to be on the show.
I did.
We heard your message.
You're on the show.
Here we are.
Yeah.
I'm happy you're on the show.
So am I.
Jakub is one of my favorite people, probably in the universe.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. I gotta say, I don't do many good things in my life, but that's definitely one of them.
Oh, it's a mile ahead of anything else.
I know.
He's the best.
You don't have to make me blush.
No, I'm not trying to. No, it's just I'm true. I'm very thankful you're my son, and I've obviously both my kids. I've loved you guys from day one, but you were still crawling, and I knew, or there's a spark in your eye that I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be this kid's gonna be trouble. And I loved it in a good way. In a good way.
Started yet?
Yeah, I remember, I actually looked through some videos, and then you were crawling on top of our little table where you just went for the remote, and I pulled you back, and you like went back, and you didn't give up, and you were determined to get that remote control, and you had this evil smile in your face, just like, I'm gonna get you.
No, he's menacing. He's very menacing.
Yeah, but
I like that
but
about
very
him,
good
though.
kid,
That's what makes him interesting.
Yeah.
So why don't we check in? Tim, can you explain the audience and Jacob what the check-in is?
So Jacob, the check-in, let's just say today. Let's use today. Mm-hmm. So I use this with Rachel. My wife, Rachel. It's a 1 to 10 system, 10 being unbelievably good, 1 being unbelievably bad. How are you feeling today? What number would you say you are?
Probably feeling like a 9.
Nice. That's exciting.
What would you say that your norm is?
Yeah.
Where on a normal day, where it's like nothing too crazy, but like you're feeling good, nothing's making you sad, but nothing special. Like Tim, for example, his normal is around 7. Like that's what he's like almost every day.
Yeah, I'd say my normal is probably just like a 6.5.
Okay.
Today you're 9.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Why are you a 9? Can you tell us?
It's because I'm here.
Oh,
okay.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
How long has he known he was going to be on the show today?
A week.
Because you didn't tell me.
This week.
I only found out today.
Yeah, after I spoiled the surprise.
Yeah, please. Why don't you? So what did I tell you when we came before we walked into the house? What did I tell you?
That it's supposed to be a surprise that I'm a guest today for this episode. But what happened was I found a bunny in our backyard because today is Easter.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, a bunny. I thought you said body. A bunny. Okay. I was like, what?
Yeah.
That'd be a whole different situation.
Yeah, so I just went out where my mom and you two were just like sitting talking on our patio. And I was like, Mom, Dad, the Easter bunny's in our backyard. And then after that, like you said...
So, yeah, basically we just said, okay, fine, go inside. And I tried to play it off like, he doesn't think it's you who's our guest. I'm like, yeah, just go and play on your VR. And like, no, because remember, I got to do the podcast. And then what did you do? We didn't come in until probably another 10 minutes after that.
Hiding under the ottoman.
Yeah. You felt bad, didn't you?
Yeah.
No, it's okay, buddy.
It's fine.
It's no big deal.
Matter.
So when I told him, actually, I was like, "Don't worry about the guest. I got the guest coverage." He's like, "Who is it?" I was like, "Don't worry about it. We're gonna be talking about like parent and kids relations." He's like, "Oh, Jacob." I'm like, "No, Jacob." Like, no.
I immediately thought it was you. I think actually immediately I hoped it was you.
But
then he told me no. He lied to me.
Yeah.
And then I thought it was someone else who I was also excited about, but not as excited as you. And then he told me it wasn't that person. Then I was trying to figure it out, and then you spilled the beans.
Yeah.
And I was pretty pumped.
Yeah. So continue to check in, Tim.
So I'm glad you're 9. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's super exciting. I would say today I'm a 7 today.
Okay.
Yeah. It's been a busy weekend. My daughter had a volleyball tournament, and so I've just been at volleyball since Friday.
So your volleyball battery is drained.
And then I came here straight from volleyball.
Oh, okay.
It's been a long, and it's great, and I love it. Like, that's why I'm a 7, not a 4.
Yeah.
Like, I love it, and it's so fun to see her do something she's committed to and enjoys and is excited about.
Passionate, yeah.
It doesn't, like, leave a lot of time for me to be with me.
Yep.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
That's part of the job of a parent, and maybe we'll talk about some of that, Jacob.
Yeah.
But like part of the job of a parent is like facilitating the quality of life for your children.
That's right.
And so that makes me happy. Mm-hmm. That fills me up. That makes my number higher than
it doesn't matter how tired you are or what you need to do after or before. At the end of the day, when your kid walks off the football field, the ice hockey ring, the volleyball court, from gymnastics, doesn't matter. You see them being happy.
Yeah. It's a proud thing. And like watching her play the last 3 days made me very proud of her. She did really well, and like that makes me happy. So
awesome.
Yeah. So I'm a 7.
Nice.
You?
I was an 8.
Ooh, right.
And now I want to say I'm at 6.
Okay. It's a great question.
I had a really good weekend overall, very productive too, and I got to relax a little bit. I got to catch up on some shows, watched the F1 qualifier last night, like stayed up late, but like still slept in. This morning was fun because we created a little Easter egg hunt. It's Easter Sunday today, so they had an Easter egg hunt, and Adriana prepared like bunch of like clues. I'm like, that's too easy, let's add some, like, okay, like go here, and then it's, oh no, it's actually over there. And then made it a little more. I think you guys had fun, right, with it?
And the thing is, without you, it probably would have been way easier
for sure.
And see, I'm glad that you actually added more difficulty, because usually whenever mom makes those eggs hunts, it's just always like, oh yeah, look in a place where there's a stove and a sink.
Yeah. It's like mom has the idea, not the execution. I have the execution, not the idea.
She's too
exactly.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm like, I want to make them suffer a little bit. Like, just
did Gabby do it
work
too,
for
like
it
for both of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was good. I finished my taxes today. Like, just did some work. Like, it was a productive day.
Okay.
And then something happened that I'm not going to disclose here, but I just kind of brought it down. Like, we had a chat about that earlier. Yep. And, I don't want to talk about that in front of you because it does not affect you or anything. So it's
well, let's see if we can turn that to a 7 before the show's over.
And I think I will. Like, I'm already feeling great. Like, I'm in a great room with great people, 2 people I love, and like I said, I'm excited about like what this podcast has planned for this year. Like, I've actually this week, because I was sick for 2-3 days, I instead of like watching movies and just being fucking bored from it, I was like, okay, like, let's turn this shitty situation into something positive and productive. So, I created a little plan for our podcast, like for this year, for the next year or so, like what
season 2.
Yes, what I'd like to accomplish for the podcast, and have the sign. We can finally show it to everybody. I want to give a shout out to Adam from Precision Woodpeckers. He did a wonderful job. I'll throw his link on the screen in the pod script as well. Like, what a like, that's craftsmanship right there. It's made out of wood and acrylic. Like, it looks great. It's 3x3 feet. I love it. When he showed it to me, I was like, just pictures, I was like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Yeah, he's crazy.
He's a really good, really great guy, and he does a wonderful job. So thank you very much to Adam for doing this awesome sign for us. And so I'm excited, and as we sit here, my mood is getting better, and I'm working towards a 7 and an 8. Yeah, so
awesome.
All right,
let's get into it.
Let's do this. Now you're in the hot seat, Jacob.
Yep, here it comes.
So you're turning 11 in a week. By the time this episode releases, you will be already 11 years old. How does that feel to be 11 years old?
See, when I was still 9 years old, I was super hyped about becoming 10 years old.
Okay.
Then when I actually got there...
Why is that?
Double digits, man.
Yeah, double digits.
Okay.
Come on, keep up here.
Got 10. It just like felt really awkward because it's one of the few times that I'm actually going to have a 0 in my age.
Yep.
And it just felt like super awkward, like right in the middle of 9, which means like you're super young. But then when 11 is just like the age,
super
like
old,
where you start to mature more, and so it just like feels kind of weird being in between.
Okay. So
there's a weird ground between like 10 and 13, because then you're like a teenager. That's a whole
What is it called if you're a
tween?
That's what it is. Yeah.
Or preteen. You can either, but
what? So you said mature. What's mature to you? I mean, we would say that you're maturing. What does that mean to you?
When I am getting like when I have more responsibilities and I'm getting more responsible at them.
Okay.
What do you like about more responsibility? What does that feel like for you? Is that annoying to you, or is that an exciting thing to take on?
Annoying.
Okay.
I won't be allowed to just sit around on the couch like all day.
Correct.
I'm gonna have to actually do stuff.
Now you do, like, you guys, one thing I've noticed about I'm here a lot.
Yep.
And so one thing I've noticed about your home is, like, everyone has their jobs and you do your jobs. Like, you have chores, you have things you sort of do every week. I've seen you doing some of those things.
Yeah.
Is there just more now? Like, is that part of becoming older, is like there's more things you'll have to take on, more responsibility to the family?
I've had to empty the dishwasher instead of just like washing the dishes and putting those away.
Okay.
I've also, like, taking on the role of putting stuff in the dishwasher too.
Okay. So you're loading and unloading and
so we're helping out my daughter a little bit because
she's busy.
Like school, driver's ed, gymnastics, coaching, like working. It's a little bit a lot. And I offered me and Jacob to take over her chores just to alleviate a little bit of something to, hey, like, you know what, this is easy for us to do.
Yep.
And it helped her greatly.
That's great.
So and, like, you know what, I have to say, like, when I told Jacob, it was without hesitation. It's like, okay, no problem.
Did it feel good to help your sister?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's one of Jacob's, like, strongest qualities, that he's such a caring person that he's one of those kids that will give you his shirt off his back to help you. Like, I would. Like, he's genuinely cares about people and how they're feeling, and he will easily sacrifice his comfort to make other people more comfortable. Yeah.
Sometimes.
No.
So that's a
always.
No, but Jacob, that's a very, like, that is a mature response to relationships and people. Like, that is a mature response. And so I've always kind of known you as that. So even though you're turning 11 since you were 9, or I've known you for a long time, actually, if I think about it, but, like, you've always been very kind. Like, you've always been such a kind and welcoming person. And, like, that's kind of the atmosphere in your home.
Yeah, we try to. Like,
I would say that you guys all as a family do a good job of that. And that's a priority here.
Yeah.
So 11. So that means you're finishing up grade 6 right now? 5.
Grade 5.
Okay. You excited to go into grade 6?
No.
No? Why?
Because I know that math is going to get way harder.
Okay.
Because I've heard that in grade 6, you start actually using letters.
Okay.
So, I'm very scared for that.
Like in math?
Yeah.
Like algebra?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Just a little bit, though.
Yeah.
They ease you into it. You'll be fine.
I'm just scared for that, though.
Yeah, okay.
I think you're more scared of the idea of not knowing how do letters come to math, but, like, your brain works really well, and, like, he's one of those kids that if he, like, learns something, it stays in there, and he's really great at absorbing information and keeping it and utilizing that information. Like, there's things where
So you should stop talking to him.
100%
for a number of years.
100%. But no, like, he's told us things that, like, he learned in school that I'm like, I didn't know that. Like, so it's super cool. I think you're worried about because it's unknown to you.
Yes.
But again, it's like riding bike was unknown, and, like, you know, there's so many unknown things that happen in your life that you just mastered, and you'll be fine.
That's just because I'm built different.
Yeah. But I think you'll be fine, yeah. Are you excited about girls?
Yeah.
Yeah, are you into girls yet?
Well, I currently don't have one that I'm interested in.
Okay. But you like girls?
Yeah.
You're, like, into, I guess that happens at 11.
Oh, yeah.
You started showing interest in girls. Did you think they were gross, like, a year ago?
Yeah.
No, but then before that, he showed up to our neighbors, like, a few houses down, on Valentine's Day. He had a giant cardboard box. It said, "Will you be my Valentine?" And he hid underneath it, rang the doorbell, hid underneath it.
Well, that's cute as shit.
And then, she opened, like we told the parents, but like she opened the door and like, she lifted the box and there was Jake like, "Hey, will you be my Valentine?"
That's
and you
cute.
were what, 6, 7 years old?
That's still when I had a buzz cut?
I think so. I don't know.
There's a middle ground where it's like,
But
you're young,
like it was super cool.
you're young and it's innessent and cute.
100%.
And then there's a middle ground where girls are gross.
Yeah.
And then there's
exactly.
the part after that where it's like, girls are the best.
Yeah.
And like you're getting into that phase.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
That's exciting. Is that fun? Do your friends are your friends at that point too? I know like at your age, everyone's going through a lot of changes at different times.
Yeah.
And so, like, are all your friends kind of in that stage too? Or is there some that still think girls are gross and some like...
I think all of them are in that stage.
Okay.
There's one person that I for sure know that he like no girl will show interest in him if like he doesn't keep on acting like he acts.
Okay.
But like not in a bad way. It's just that sometimes he's a bit too like unbelievably crazy to handle.
Okay.
I know exactly what you're talking about because you can be sometimes
Can I give you a pointer?
crazy.
Don't fart around girls.
Yeah, we're
I
past
fart
that
around
point.
mom all the time.
No, your mom's fine.
We're past that point.
But outside of the house.
Yeah,
Girls you're interested in?
Yeah, if you're interested in girls.
I know he might do that around your mom.
I already have her. Yeah,
She's
I'm
locked
good.
up.
Yeah, she's locked up. She put a ring on it.
Yeah, she's locked in. That's.
But yeah, no. Oh, I did not fart in front of Adriana when.
Well, I don't know.
No. I wouldn't do that.
You've never not farted in front of me, but I guess I'm not a girl, and
Yeah.
that's fine.
I can't say what I wanted to say because he's here, but yeah.
Fair enough.
No, but that's rule number one. Like, I mean, dude, if you fart in front of the girl and she'll love you for it,
Marry her.
she's a keeper. Yeah. You put a ring on that thing right away. But like, usually don't do that. Yeah.
Okay, I want to shift this from us telling him what life's like because we don't need to. Life for him is different. I want to ask you some questions. What's exciting about life for you right now? Not about your age, not about that, but like what's exciting for life with you?
How? Oh no, that's actually pretty hard. I'd say stuff that are really exciting for me now is that I'm getting really better at football.
Okay.
Which is my favorite sport, and I've recently started playing flag.
Okay, yeah.
And I hope like when I'm just like a bit older or something, that I can move on to actually playing tackle.
Okay, that's exciting.
Got to bulk up a little bit.
What's exciting? What's exciting for you about your relationships with people? Your friends, your family, anything different, or what makes you enjoy having friendships and
relationships?
What I enjoy about my friends is that they're basically like me, but like some of them are just like a bit lower on the craziness level, and some of them are a bit higher.
Okay, yeah.
That's a good mix.
Do you find that you're kind of like in the middle of your friend group?
Yeah.
Where
I was gonna say
you're riding the line there, where like I could be crazier or I could be chiller, and it depends who you're with.
It's like I could be as crazy as some of my friends. Like some of my friends are just naturally that crazy.
Now, do you try to go lower when they're really crazy? Do you try to come back down to even it out, or do you match their crazy?
If I tried to go back lower, then it would basically be like a lion eating like a chicken.
Okay.
And I'm chicken.
Got
okay,
it.
so you got to match
so you don't
their
want to
crazy.
be the chicken.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
If I let my guard down, they will attack me.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what we do for fun.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
What makes you happy outside of football?
Friends.
Yep.
Watching movies with my dad.
You guys do that a lot. You have like
Yeah, we
movie
do.
nights all
Yeah.
the time.
Started binging, I think, The Matrix.
Oh, we did
nice.
the Transformers first.
Oh, yeah. We started watching Transformers, like all of the movies.
Badassatron.
Yeah. That was in the new movie.
Yeah, the Transformers
Badassatron.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never
you
seen any of them. I've never seen
really?
a single Transformers movie. What is your... What's the best question here? We're going to flip the script onto your dad a little bit here.
Oh, no.
What are your favorite things about your dad? And you can be dead honest here.
Yeah. Like, there's no...
You can say anything you want.
There's no bad answers.
What are your favorite things about having Tommy as your dad?
One of the things that I really like is that he's just like a big bear in a good way.
There's no
you
feelings.
Say anything you want.
No feelings to be hurt.
Nope.
Yeah,
here.
and he's super huggable. And sometimes, like, I just put like my head on his leg or something, and then he starts scratching my back.
Oh, that's
yeah, when
nice.
we chill on the lazy
nice.
the love seat lazy boy, like recliners,
Yeah.
and then like he lies down and like he's like me. We love our backs to be rubbed. Yeah.
Yes.
He's very affectionate. Like, he's an affectionate man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another thing is that even though he might look pretty like mean when he's mad, like he's basically like he's the definition of don't judge a book by its cover.
Oh, wow,
That's sweet. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're crying here soon.
We'll get it out. Okay. And has there been like a... what's the best way to ask this? This is tricky.
Where are you going with this?
I'm not sure yet. I'm trying to figure that out. Okay, so those are two things you love about your dad. What do you love about your parents as a couple, as your mom and dad? Not individually, but as a unit.
I like how they both are comfortable, like, just doing random stuff around each other that may, like, even though...
Like farting?
Yeah.
Okay.
How when dad has...
But girls don't fart. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, but, like, when dad has... When dad, like, has a friend over, like, my mom's just totally open to it, and vice versa. I also like how... you got me this root beer.
Well, we're drinking. We're having drinks. You gotta have a drink.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, this is just beer, but...
Mean to
out of a
leave
root.
you empty-handed.
Yeah.
So you have been able... Like, your mom and dad both come from a totally different country.
So,
yeah, but they're from the same country, though.
No, I know,
yeah.
but like a different country than Canada.
But yeah, like
you're
we were
born and
growing up
raised in
there.
Canada, but you've actually had the... I'm going to call it a gift or a privilege or whatever you want to call it, of like going back to see where they're from, to meet your grandparents in Slovakia. What was that? What's that like for you, having family and history somewhere outside of Canada? Like, you probably have lots of friends that don't.
Yeah.
And so is that interesting to you? Is that something that you like? You like going there? You like being there?
Yeah. I like how... Well, first of all, I really just like plane rides in general.
Okay.
I find they're super fun. But when they crash and not...
Correct.
I also like how I actually like have another part of my family in like a different country. So then I can kind of experience... Because like if all of us were still from there, but nobody actually still lived there, it would be harder to get all of us going there instead of just like 4 of us going to visit like 8 of, I think it's 8 of them.
Like who are you, like
In Slovakia.
just direct, like the direct. Yeah, like we have more, but yeah, we have a big family there.
Yeah.
And so like it would be different if we were just like, let's say my great grandpa had moved here from Slovakia. Like if we went back, we might not know anybody there, right?
Yeah.
So it would be different for sure.
Yeah,
But
you have like your grandparents.
Uncles,
Do you have cousins there?
Yeah, lots of cousins.
Nice.
Yeah, lots of cousins, second cousins. Yeah, like basically my whole family is back there.
Except for
And like my direct family is all back there, and Adriana's parents and brother is here, but like everyone else, well, a couple uncles, but everyone else is back there too. So like we have lots of like distant cousins too. So it's
Okay.
it was nice to go back. And our last trip was fun because it was just me and Jacob that went back.
Yeah.
And I've talked about it on the show, and that to me was like that one trip that I get to have with my son, just like I did it with my daughter when she was roughly his age.
Yeah, I remember like I cried a bunch of times because you guys were gone just like the same time as we were.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it was a main because we went for hockey with my daughter, and then went for hockey with him as well. So they were usually around May.
Yeah. But like only a week in, I was already just like, oh my god, I miss having Gabby around here.
Oh,
Yeah, for sure.
what's the best part of having a sister? Your sister,
Now,
not a
I
sister.
think we can spend lots of time on this, and like I'm gonna dig a little bit into this.
Sure.
Probably that even though she has a short temper and that she can get really mad at me sometimes, and sometimes even call me a ball sack.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
But like that just like drifted as a nickname
that was
now.
a few days ago. We went through a series of nicknames for Jacob.
Okay.
Ballsack was one of them, and
That's-
then-
okay.
And Puroma was the other one.
My Roma's like who?
He almost killed us as we're driving.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Anyways,
Now whenever I'm driving, I am locking the windows
you gotta
and turning up the heat.
you gotta fart and then lock the windows. 100%. That's how you say. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like in Letterkenny. It's the appropriate farts.
He's your
inappropriate
son.
farts.
He's your
yeah.
son.
Yeah. Okay, so you mentioned you talked about Gabby. You know that like she loses her temper.
Yeah.
Because I see your guys' relationship, and ideally, like in the before I had kids, I always wanted to have a son first, and then a daughter.
Okay.
So I have the big brother protects the little sister.
Sure.
You know,
It's a great picture.
I would never change what I have right now for that in a million years, because I see what an older sister can do to a younger brother.
Okay.
It is now Gabby turning almost 16. Hormones are through the roof. Like the three of us will never understand what girls go through.
Not a clue.
And I know we've mentioned that on the show many times. But so sometimes she comes home and when she's tired, and then he's like, his high energy, like, hey, how's it going? And she's like, oh, leave me alone,
Yeah.
And then like in 30 seconds, they'll be on the couch, just cuddling, hanging out. She'll braid his hair. He's got long hair, and like
Basically just a love-hate relationship.
you're 100% right. And you know what? Like I never had that with my brother. Your uncle, he's almost 8 years older than I am. So like, like I was 10, he was 18, right? Like he was hanging
Didn't have
out.
that same
we
bond,
never had
yeah.
that. I knew I had a brother, and that's it.
Yeah.
And so, but then once I turned like 15, 16, more 16, 17, we kind of started hanging out with the same people a little bit, like your 16-year-old can hang out with a 19, 20-year-old.
You find
And a
space to build
25-year-old can hang out
relationship.
with those. And
Yeah.
so like we've had mutual friends, and our relationship started growing, and then I moved away. So seeing you guys, we had lots of like more fighting with my brother than love. But right now I cry every time I say goodbye to my brother. Like it's just our bond is, we don't talk every day, not even every week. We talk maybe once a month, but like when we're together in person, it is like 200%.
Yeah.
But you guys have that now, because you'll hate each other, you'll bug each other, whatever, but like you guys, you care, you recognize when Gabby's not doing good and when she's sad. Now sometimes you decide not to act on it, and then you do the opposite and piss her off more.
Yeah. By accident.
Well, I don't know if it's accident, but sure.
It's part of growing up. It's part of learning.
It is.
Yeah, of course.
But also you have those moments where you're like, you actually try to give her an advice, and we kind of tell you like, hey Jacob, like stay out of it. We're talking to her, but like I recognize that you're trying to resolve her issue, which is again like just shows another good trait that you have, and you.
Well, he's caring.
Yeah, you carry it. Yeah,
you don't want to see the people around you upset or sad or.
Also, like I know what like she's been through, because whenever I'm mad, like. Even if someone tries like to be nice, it still ticks me off. So.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like I know what she feels like.
I get that.
And I see that too, that she tries to like kind of help you go through those times. And I think you respond to her better than to us, than when we try to explain you what's happening right now.
Yep.
And I noticed that you react a lot better to Gabby's suggestion, or like when she's trying to help you.
I think there's something about a sibling relationship that 100%. There's a bit more of a mutual respect in a different sense. Like parents are kind of, we're the heads of the home, and we're also the oldest.
Yeah.
And so like you and Gabby aren't that far different in age. And so there's like a more common, like you might understand me better than this person.
That's right. Yeah, for sure. Why don't we take a little break?
Sure.
And then we'll come back with some more questions for you.
Good.
Sounds good? Okay.
Thanks, bud.
This show is brought to you by our new sponsor, Stoke Screen Printing. Are you looking to make a statement with custom clothing? Stoke Screen Printing is Winnipeg's go-to print shop, and they will bring your vision to life. Whether you need bold screen printing or crisp digital prints or high-quality embroidery or even eye-catching stickers, they've got you covered. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff will walk you through the process and ensure top-tier results with great turnaround times. Now, whether you're looking for a single t-shirt or thousands of pieces for your band, business, or event, or even podcast, they will handle it all at fantastic prices. And then here's an added bonus. If you're a local Winnipeg band, you will get another 10% off from your order. If you're looking for quality, speed, and great service, contact Stoke Screen Printing today and stay stoked. Welcome back.
We talked about a bunch of things that are good and happy and nice, and I don't want to dig up sad, shitty things, but I think that's the opposite side of. Oh,
and sorry, before you continue, like when we like swear and say things.
Oh, right. People might think that's bad.
Yeah, so I want everybody to understand the relationship I have with my son. Like, my parents were always like hard on me, like, this is bad, you can't drink, can't smoke, can't swear, you have to, like,
what happens with the boys stays with the boys.
No, but you know what, I always told myself that when I have kids, I'm never going to be hard on them about things like that. Like,
yeah, okay.
Like, I've talked to my daughter now, like, look, like, you're turning 16, like, I was heavy drinking by her age.
She's a dream compared to you.
Oh, God, yeah. But I told her, I was like, look, you want to try some beer or wine, you want to try cannabis, like, I'd rather have you ask me and I try it with you, and, like, so you experience the effects and, like, you understand what you shouldn't. Not that I want to support her.
You might want to cut some of this out, but sure.
Well, just see. I don't know.
No, that's fine.
Because
that's
like
fine.
if she was to ask me and I said no, you can't do that. Well, she's gonna go ahead and do it
anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah. In fact, more motivated to do it.
And like I've had friends that had kids young, and then when they were turning teenagers, they literally like, okay, the kid's having a 16th birthday party, they're gonna have some drinks, they're all here, they're all safe, they called the parents, no one's driving home, being responsible and under control, not under control, but like
I
watching over them. So Jacob and I had, in the last 2 years, we've had such a good relationship. He comes out with comes out to watch me play sponge hockey.
Yep.
I'm bringing my child to a locker room.
You're like the unofficial mascot of the team.
Yeah.
Or the official mascot
and like,
of the team.
I'm never going to ask.
Or like equipment manager, is that what he is?
Yeah, he's the equipment manager. Again, I'm bringing my child to an environment that...
An adult environment.
I cannot ask everybody, okay guys, don't swear now. No, like, I decided as a parent to bring my child there, so I know the consequences of that action. Jacob also understands the consequences to his actions if he uses that language outside of the locker. I let him say bad words here and there. But again, I told him, like, if you're going to do that in school, in front of your grandparents or out in public in front of other people,
big trouble.
Like, you're getting shit.
Yeah.
So,
cooked.
Yeah,
so just wanted to throw it out there for everybody that, like, when we say a few words, fuck, shit, whatever, like, it's not that he's used to it, but he knows what it means. And it's just like he knows alcohol is for adults. And you're not allowed to do that until you're 18. Now, if you decide to do it earlier, again, like, we'll have that conversation about that later. But again,
it's a different style of parenting. And like, I feel the same.
Yeah, like, know your limits, know what's and know when you can use that language, when you can't. I also want to make sure that you're not only using that language, because I've been there. I worked in a factory for 15 years.
You did?
And, well, yeah, like, I mean, if you work in a factory, you don't have to deal with, like, maybe people that are higher up, like managers, or, like, outside, like you yourself. Like, you have met lots of business people. Now, if your every second word is shit and fuck, like, they're going to...
you come across stupid, and you're not stupid.
No.
And this is what I say to Autumn. And sorry, I'm cutting in, but, like, what I say to Autumn is, like, no problem. That's language that people use. They're words that people use.
There.
I don't want you to use them until you can drive a car. Yeah. That's kind of our...
For sure.
That's kind of my rule around it. But also, like, if you're telling me a story, what I'll do is go ahead and use the word, but then let's also immediately find 3 or 5 other words or ways we could have described that.
They're fitting,
So if, like, hey, how was your day? Oh, it was fucking shitty. Yeah. Okay, cool. But, like, what else could you have? Like, what else could you use to describe?
It was bad.
Having not a great day.
Yeah, it was unpleasant.
It was not ideal. It was like, and there's other, like, don't get locked in where you come across stupid when you're actually not.
Yeah, exactly.
You're very smart. You're a very smart person. And Jacob, you're a very smart young man. And so, like, you don't want to get stuck in that loop, which people do, where, like, you use simple language when you don't necessarily have to, and people think, like, oh, you just swear every other word, you're dumb.
Like,
and
me and Tim are talking just privately, sure, like, we'll use whatever language we want to use. But if he was to go meet a new client, or if I was to go meet a new client, I would
never use that language.
Never, no. Until if we were to become friends, sure. After that, but like that's you develop relationships, and it's
a different kind of parenting. It's a more I would view it as a little bit more of a modern style of parenting.
Yeah, and you know,
compared to how I was raised.
Yeah, and I actually don't like that saying that don't judge a book by its cover, because although I agree with it, it's also everyone is judging,
of course,
the book by its cover.
Yep.
Anyway, so just wanted to throw it out there. I know we went into it a little bit deeper, but don't think that like I'm a shitty parent here. Like Jacob has a free will to say whatever he wants, and where he says it and how he says it, there may or may not be consequences for it.
That's good. So, well, and everything in life's like that.
Exactly.
So,
anyways, continue.
Okay. Little sidetrack, but that's fine. There's really 2 things I want to cover, or actually 3. So I'm going to start with this one, Jacob.
1.
I only get 1? Okay, well, I get 1.
No, I'm just counting. Like you said, 3 things. So I'm going to make sure you don't go over.
Number 1, what's good and what's difficult being a kid your age these days? We're too old to understand that. Yeah. So, like, you live in a different world than we live in a way. Does that make sense to you? What's hard about that, and what do you like about that?
I like...
Can you just turn a little bit?
Like this?
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah.
Okay. So, I like how we have, like, better, like, advanced stuff, like, advanced technology. Mm-hmm. Because, like, back then, you'd only have, like,
a bike?
Yeah, but...
A steak?
Let him talk.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you would have, like, we have better cars than then.
Yeah.
Okay, so take it outside of. I'm going to push you just a tiny bit. Take it outside of stuff. So think about the world as it is to you outside of like things. So like, I get technology, and maybe you like that because you have access to like FaceTime your friends and talk to straight. Like we didn't have those things. Yeah. So like use that as an example. Like, what is the world like for you as an 11-year-old young man?
That's a deep question, but
is that too much?
No, but
is
no,
that
no.
Okay?
Yes,
I think he can handle it. Yeah.
Like, what are the good things about that, and what are the things that you don't love about that?
So, I love this world because there's tons of fun stuff to do. Mm-hmm. Like when we were at Minnesota, there was Nickelodeon Universe.
Yeah.
And so there was like a funny story. I know we're backtracking, but
no, that's great. Yeah.
Go for it.
I wanted to ride a loop-de-loop roller coaster, but my mom wouldn't let me.
Okay.
So, she just decided to go with me. And she was like, okay, well, I mean, it's just a little loop-de-loop. It won't be that bad.
Yeah, she almost shit her pants. yeah, she's like, I'm not doing that again. I said, I looked at it, I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm not stupid enough to get suckered into it.
Yeah, but I really love that. I, rode on it, 3 times, I think.
Nice.
Then, because there were tons more stuff. I also like how there are fun things that you can do, like football.
There's lots of activities.
Yeah, there's lots of activities.
Or opportunities for you to be active and do some fun things.
I know I'm kind of making these a bit little specified, but
you answer the question however you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some stuff that I don't like is how some people have super duper strict parents.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I know I don't have them, but there's some people one of my friends have a curfew that's I think 7 o'clock.
Oh my God.
I know that's reasonable, but I mean, right now it's already 7:30 right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so imagine all of the time, imagine all of the stuff they could do with just that extra 2 hours.
Yeah.
Until 9 o'clock, which I think is my usual bedtime.
Yeah, we want you to get off
9-ish?
screens.
Yeah.
Not by 9 and be in bed by 9:30.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, but I just think that with that extra 2 hours, there are tons of stuff that you could do. I also like it. I also like this world because there's tons of good people that will like you and that you can have fun with. Mm-hmm. And then I also like how not all of the ideas for stuff have been taken, because you can create a fun game with just a trampoline. Just like how today I was at a family gathering, and we kind of took 2 games that were created actually by my sister and her friend when we were camping, and I mixed them together to make a game where there's a team of even people, so it has to be there has to be an even amount of people. And then they split up into groups. So one person from the 2 groups, it has to be 2 groups, is an egg on a trampoline.
Okay, yeah.
And another person from the other group is a bacon, where they just lay down like this.
I've never heard the bacon part. I've only heard the egg. I've played the egg game, but
Team Bacon's job is to jump on the trampoline. Well, it's to jump on the trampoline to try to get the egg to crack the person that's free. But they don't want.
I love it. That's awesome.
They don't want their bacon to flip over.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically the goal is to get the other team's food to either flip over or crack.
Okay.
Well,
that's awesome.
I like that you guys are still. Because see, to me, let's say if I take the music industry, I feel a lot of the music is being recreated almost. There's a big jump in the 50s, 60s, then the 70s, 80s. They all had their genres that was new, and lately
it's just a mishmash.
Yeah, it hasn't been much of new. Yeah. Genre, right? So I like that you're still looking at things hey, we can always create something new, which I like. That shows that your creativity is...
I love your positive outlook. That makes me it's so inspiring.
Yeah.
To hear a young man like you just have such a positive outlook on life.
Yeah.
We get old and we get grumpy about shit. Yeah. And I'm so glad that you don't have that piece of you. You get grumpy, I'm sure, but like...
Well, yeah. Everyone gets grumpy.
I just love that. Like, I love that. And this isn't an insult, but I love the innocence of like... That's so special.
Yeah.
Like, keep having fun and being special like that, because that's so important. And like, me and your dad, we have like, as friends, we have so much fun, and we do things that like, I know people our age that just like, life is not fun. They have not allowed life to be fun. And like, life is fun. And like, just hearing that from you reminds me like, oh, life is just fun and like simple. Like, it doesn't have to be that complicated. So I love that. Thank you for that answer. Here's my next question. And then the last one, I'm going to make your dad cry.
Thanks.
So,
should I get the Kleenex?
You've had 10 years with your dad.
Yes.
11, basically. By the time this comes out, it'll be 11.
Yeah.
Or your 11th year.
Yep.
I asked you about your favorite things about your dad and your relationship with your dad. What are some things that you think would make your relationship with your dad better, that your dad could do better? And you can say anything you want here. Pretend he's actually not even in the room if you need to, or that he is if it helps. But
or I can even leave if you want me to.
He wanted me to ask this question, so I'm not asking against his will. So what would make your relationship with your dad even better? What could he do better for you?
Or what I could improve?
Yeah, or what can he improve upon to be even better as a dad? We know he's a good dad. What would make it even better? And you can say anything you want.
Honestly?
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think the relationship that we have is already perfect.
Aww.
Nothing needs to be improved. We just like love hanging out together, and I honestly think you're my favorite friend. Like, even though we're just like, even though like we're still family, I'd still say out of all of the friends that I have, you're my favorite. And I don't think anything could be improved.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, I love that. I'm getting a little teary-eyed hearing that. You ready? I got one for you, Tommy. We're going to close on this one. Give him a minute.
Yeah, I need a minute.
Yeah, okay. Do you want some Kleenex?
No.
Okay.
I'll suck them back in.
Be a man. Suck it up.
Yep. I love you, buddy.
We'll give him a sec.
Yeah, go for it. No, I'm good.
Tommy, you obviously are raising a really smart, intelligent, very emotionally intelligent, and dare I say, unbelievably hilarious young man.
Yeah. That's because he's after his dad.
What kind of man do you want to see Jacob be? So let's break it into. He's turning 11. Yeah. What do you want his life to be like for the next 7 years, and then as an adult?
Jacob, I want you to have as much fun as you can in your life. As long as you do things safely, respectfully, make sure that, you're obviously not hurting anybody and yourself.
Yeah.
I want you to enjoy every single moment in your life, because you'll never get that time back.
No, I won't.
And, me looking back at my high school years, I wasn't maybe the best student. I knew I was a smart kid, but I wasn't maybe the best student. But like, some of the funniest, craziest things we've done with my friends are still embedded in my head.
Yeah.
And I think those moments are the things that define me. Like I am who I am because of maybe those things. Maybe not. I don't know. But like, because I had those experiences, those great times with friends and family members, and these memories, the fun things that I've done. I truly enjoyed myself. So I want you to do the same thing. That enjoy, whether it's sports, music. Like, we go to shows together.
Yeah.
Take it in. Playing the sports. Take it in. Do the best you can if you want to. If you don't want to do something, tell me. I don't want you to force it, and I want you to make sure that you are still the same good person that you are today forever, and I know you will be.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't take a lot to be kind, and I think you taught me that, because a simple act of kindness, of walking up to the person and just like saying like, hey, it's okay. You've done that so many times to me.
Yeah. There's also something like, I learned this in like grade 2 or something. There was a song that went kind of like, the smallest act of kindness is perfect and it's free.
That's right.
It helps us make the best of friends. And then I think about like, I forget, but
you're gonna fart with me.
Jeez, no, it didn't go like that.
But no, so that's for the next teen years. Like, you're gonna change friends. You're gonna have different friends. You're gonna maybe get a girlfriend. Be interested in girls and always be respectful with girls. Don't ever disrespect anybody. And I've been telling you this, you and your sister, that always treat people how you want to be treated.
Yes.
So just because somebody treats you shitty, that don't treat them shitty back, because it doesn't feel good. And so that's been my motto since I was a kid. I remember that because I've been bullied as a kid in the past, and during my high school years, I was never either with the bullies or with the nerds. I was friends with everybody. And then when the bullies were bullying my nerd friends, I stood up. It's like, hey, fuck off, And also when I was with the nerds, I pushed them out of their comfort zone. Like, hey, let's do something more fun. So, and you're kind of the same as I am. So like, have fun, be nice. As far as like adult, I want you to really follow your heart. Society will be saying, oh, you have to go to university, or you have to get a job, you have to do this and that. Whatever is going to happen in 8+ years, there will be something is going to be popular. This is what you need to do. Always follow your heart. So if you want to go to university, go to university. If you want to get a job, get a job. If you want to travel, go travel. You want to find, like settle down, then settle down, But I'm always going to be here for you. Let's see. Okay. I need a minute. There's a saying that I read, and when I read it, it almost made me cry, and it's gonna be hard to say it, but I'm always gonna be here for you. I know that I won't be able to. Fuck, this is tougher than I thought.
You picked him as a guest.
Oh, I know. What the hell was I thinking? I want you to remember that. Oh my God.
It's not your funeral, bud. It's okay.
I know.
I'm also starting to tear up a bit.
Oh,
don't do that. No, this is a good thing. I promise. I want you to remember that I won't be able to be there for you for the rest of your life.
Yes.
I'll be always there for you for the rest of mine.
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus, you bastards.
I think we're all starting to cry now.
So as long as I breathe, I'll be there for you. And whatever you need. I love you, dude. Come here. Give me a hug.
Okay.
Yeah, so, just, I'm there for you, dude. You need anything, you can always ask me. I should have just said that.
Or me. You can call me, too.
Or Uncle Tim, yeah. Just Tim.
Fake Uncle Tim. Okay.
Oh, my God.
Well, let's wrap there.
Yeah, let's wrap it
Jacob,
up.
I couldn't have thought of a better guest for episode 1 of season 2. So thank you for being here. You're the best, dude. You're just so much fun. I have so much fun going to shows with you and stuff. Like, and we're going to see Ghost soon.
That's gonna be so awesome.
It's gonna be the best.
That'll be fun.
So thank you for being probably one of our most special guests we've ever had.
Definitely my special guest.
In fact, the most. So thank you.
Thank you.
You're the best, man. I hope we can have you back on as you get older and we keep doing the show. And I'm so excited for the life you're about to live and the life you have lived. There's a lot of crazy shit that's going to happen in the next handful of years to you. Yeah. And I'm super excited to be a witness to it.
Oh, we're going to have so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he's turning 21, we're going to Nashville.
Right. So, anyways, that's the end of season 2, episode 1.
Yeah.
You can find us at quietrideshow@gmail.com. Instagram, Quiet Ride Show.
YouTube, Quiet
and,
Ride Show.
I guess a website or whatever soon, but doesn't matter.
We'll drop it.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you guys for letting me be a part of this with you. I just kind of sat as a witness to this, but I'm so grateful.
I've been crying lately a lot on this show. This is not good.
I'm so grateful that you both were willing to sit here and share that, and that's special for me. And I take that very seriously and very with a lot of humility.
Thanks,
and I love you guys.
I love you guys too.
See ya.
Bye.
See you.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of The Quiet Riot Show. We want to give a big shout out to our sponsors for making this show possible. And of course, thank you, our amazing listeners, for your support. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. We're at Quiet Riot Show on all platforms. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you can watch full episodes of the podcast. If you're enjoying the show, please rate and review us wherever you're listening. It really helps us grow and reach more listeners like you. We'd also love to hear from you. Have questions, suggestions, or thoughts about the show? Drop us an email at quietriotshow@gmail.com. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time on The Quiet Riot Show.
You can't be on a show without a drink. You got your beer?
Let's go!
You got your beer, so...
Hold on, wait.
Oh, you're gonna open it in the mic? Yeah, okay, good.
Okay, wait,
Yeah, this is bloopers for sure. Just don't spill it on the mic. If you spill it on the mic or yourself, that's it. We're done. Okay. Move the mic. Hey, push the mic. There you go. Yeah.
Okay, be quiet.
We definitely have good bloopers. Okay. This is amazing.
Well, that went swimming.
Well, let me go get you a paper towel.
Off to a good start.
Such a dum-dum.
It just started being everywhere.
There you go.
You got some on your shirt,
Yeah, I know.
down in the...
I know, it just all fell down like that.
Oh yeah, on there too. That's okay. Jacob, don't breathe into the microphone like that.
I'm sorry.
Don't be so tough on him.
No, I gotta give him
Fix
shit.
it in
I gotta
post.
give him shit. Yeah.
Well, I was just recently sick, so I'm having troubles with my nose.
Yeah, could you cut him a break, please?
You can move it a little bit further away from you. Yeah, there you go.
Is that good?
Jeez, he's tough, eh? Is he always this tough?
Yeah.
My
Tough
God.
love.
My God. He's coming to live with me for a bit.
You won't want me.
You don't.
I totally would. But
More work than Loki, for sure.
that's fine. Do I have to walk him every day?
Yeah. Yeah. You got to put a leash on this kid.
Yeah, probably.
Hold on. Let's see how loud my fart is. That went up to yellow. Jeez. Alright, well. Sayonara.